Wages are higher now than they were 7 months ago, adjusted for inflation. Wages for lower income and middle income workers have gone up even more. It all adds up to a real break for consumers, real breathing room for families, and more proof that my economic plan is working. When I came to office almost 2 years ago, the economy was flat on its back, as you'll all remember. Millions of people had lost their jobs through no fault of their own. Millions who kept their jobs saw the hours and paychecks cut. Hundreds of thousands of small businesses permanently closed their doors. People were hurting badly. That's what we inherited. The pandemic was raging and the economy was reeling. We acted decisively to put in place a new strategy that would rescue the economy from the pandemic downturn. At the same time, we laid the foundation for a stronger, more resilient economy for decades to come. An economy that grows from the bottom up and the middle out. Now 2 years in, it's clearer than ever that my economic plan is actually working. Here's what we've learned just last week. Unemployment is the lowest it's been in 50 years. I'll say that again, the lowest unemployment rate in a half a century. My first 2 years in office were the two strongest years for job growth on record. We created nearly 11 million jobs, including 750,000 manufacturing jobs. And there were two of the strongest years ever for small business creation as well. And today, unemployment rate is near record lows for Black and Hispanic workers, near record lows. And it's the lowest ever on record for people with disabilities. We're seeing American families breathing a little easier. More Americans have health insurance than they did ever in our history. Fewer families are facing foreclosures today than before the pandemic. And
Fourth stimulus check update. Some Americans could face penalty as a state send more payments. Welcome to Updates Area YouTube channel. Americans are feeling the pain of higher prices at the grocery stores, gas pump, and in most areas of their lives. But for some, they could soon feel even more pain in the form of taxes that they owe on their previous stimulus checks. Some who received state stimulus checks in 2022 may be required to report them when filing their returns, depending on if their state classified the funds as income or not. If the state stimulus funds were reported as income to the Internal Revenue Service, then recipients may be required to report them now. This will likely be the case for those in California who received payments valued over $600, as the California Franchise Tax Board had stated it would report the middle class tax refund the state was sending when they were valued at over that amount. Other states did not do this, and their residents will not be forced to claim the payments as income. The best way for those who received a check in 2022 to know if they are going to be required to claim is to see if they receive a 1099 MISC form in the mail from the IRS. Miscellaneous income on the recipient's federal tax return. Despite there being some tax penalty that is faced because of the payments, some Californians could still be reviewing additional funds, according to KTLA. The Franchise Tax Board, which is the state agency in charge of distributing funds, released a pay schedule showing the final phase wrapping up on January 14, meaning the final payment would be sent out between January 30 and February 15. The news that they may be required to report their stimulus checks as income on their tax returns and thus pay taxes on it likely won't sit well with Americans who were unaware that the funds may have come with such a catch, especially as they still deal with high prices. While inflation has started to decline, prices are still at highs for all kinds of everyday products. And while now here near the peak they reached in June 2022, gas prices are once again on the rise, averaging $4.405 a gallon. Throughout the United States, as of AAA's report on January 21, in California, that average price rises to $4.436. So that was it for today, guys, and I hope you liked the video. Please leave a like and also hit the subscribe button. I will see you next one. Bye bye.